These are the top 14 Norse gods from mythology. Imagine a time before time, a void of nothingness called Ginnungagap, where ice and fire clash to create the first being, a giant named Ymir. From Ymir's body, the gods Odin, Vili and Freyja crafted the world, turning his flesh into earth, his blood into seas, and his bones into mountains. Odin, the All-Father, sacrificed his eye for wisdom and hung on the world tree, Yggdrasil, for 9 days to gain knowledge of the runes. Frigg, Odin's queen, had the power of prophecy, but was tormented by her visions, especially the foreseen death of her beloved son, Balder. Thor, the mighty god of thunder, wielded his enchanted hammer Mjolnir, a symbol of protection and strength, revered by the Norse people. Freyr, the god of peace and fertility, was worshipped for his ability to bring prosperity and a bountiful harvest. Freyja, the goddess of beauty and love, chose half of the fallen warriors to join her in the meadow of Folkvangar. Loki, the trickster god, known for his mischievous and often cruel pranks, ultimately sided against the gods at Ragnarok. Heimdall, the watchman of the gods, stood guard over the Rainbow Bridge, Bifrost ready to sound the Jarl horn at the onset of Ragnarok. Balder, the god of light and purity, was loved by all, but his life was cut short by a trick of Loki, leading to his tragic death. Tyr, the god of war and justice, bravely sacrificed his hand to bind the monstrous wolf Fenrir. Njord, the god of the sea, ensured safe voyages and bountiful fishing, revered by seafaring communities. Hel, the keeper of the land of the dead, presided over those who died of old age or sickness, a realm not solely of torment. Bragi, the god of poetry and music, entertained the gods in Asgard with his wisdom and eloquence. Idun, the goddess of youth, guarded the magic apples that granted the gods their immortality. Skadi, the goddess of winter and mountains, was a skilled hunter who chose her husband by the sight of his feet. At Ragnarok, the gods faced their ultimate battle against giants, an army of the dead, and monstrous creatures. Odin met his fate fighting the monstrous wolf Fenrir, while Thor battled the world serpent Jörmungandr. Despite the cataclysm, a handful of gods survived, including Thor's sons Magni and Modi, and Odin's sons Vali and Vidar. Balder and Hodda returned from the land of the dead to live in the new world that emerged from the ashes of Ragnarok. The Norse gods and goddesses lived in Asgard, connected to the other realms by the branches and roots of Yggdrasil. The Aesir, including Odin, Thor and Loki, were more warlike, while the Vanir, like Njord and Freyr, were associated with fertility and foresight. The days of the week in modern English are named after Norse gods, with Tuesday for Tyr, Wednesday for Odin, Thursday for Thor, and Friday for Frigg. Odin, often disguised in a broad-brimmed hat and cloak, walked among humans, seeking knowledge and wisdom. Frigg's desperate attempts to save Balder from his prophesied death highlight the tragic nature of her foresight. Thor's adventures, including his disguise as Freyja to retrieve Mjolnir, showcase his strength and cunning. Freyja's magical ship and self-fighting sword symbolize his power over prosperity and fertility. Freyja's cloak of falcon feathers and her chariot pulled by cats reflect her beauty and mystical abilities. Loki's shape-shifting and trickery, including birthing Odin's horse Sleipnir, underline his chaotic nature. Heimdall's vigilance and his destined battle with Loki at Ragnarok emphasize his role as the guardian of the gods. The tragic death of Balder and the subsequent mourning by all beings except Loki in disguise highlight the deep sorrow in Norse mythology. Join us on this journey through the rich and complex world of the paranormal and myth, where gods and goddesses shape the fate of the cosmos. Stay curious, stay enchanted.